If you're looking for a range of ground baits to cover every scenario you'll ever face, then the Spotted Fin GO2 range is exactly what you need. As you can see in front of me, there's an absolute mountain of products. Whether you fish commercials, rivers or canals, there's something going to be in there for pretty much every species that you can think of. So today, we're going to have an in-depth look at these and see what they're all about. So today we come to the beautiful Whetstone Gorse fishery in Leicestershire. Typical commercial, full of carp, some big silverfish, lovely place and loads of different tactics work it. So you probably need a different mix for various different things. Now I've picked 4 from the range that I think will work an absolute treat on commercials. I'm just going to run you through those ones quickly first of all. Now if you're fishing down the margins, which we all like to do at this time of year, and then big carp are living, you want something that stinks, something that's colourful, and for me, Krill Super Blend's the one that you need. You can cut that in loose, and when you leave that, leaves a carpet trail, the fish come in and ain't going to be long before that float flies under. If you want a general mix, that's going to catch a bit of everything. If you've got some F1s and some carp, something that's a bit of a, should we say, a safe option, then milled expanders is what you want. Basically pellets that are ground down. So if rather than feeding pellets, give them something low feed content, they'll come in, find your hook bait, get the scent, again, bang, in action. We've got a lovely island here at the fishery today. A little method feed has been catching us a few fish earlier, and for that I was using feeder Super Blend. Now the beauty of this is it mixes up really well, so it's a little bit more sticky, it just sticks to that feeder, and again, packed with scent, packed with flavour, and it just brings those fish in, and it doesn't take long for that tick to go bang. It's exactly what we want. And last one of all, as we know now, commercials aren't just about carp. So there's plenty of skimmers, barbel, chub, there's a bit of everything these days, and when you want to catch those and not the carp, then the commercial ground bait silvers is bang on. Loads of aromas, not too overpowering, a bit of a sort of a biscuity finish to it, which is absolutely ideal when you want to catch a few skimmers and a few roach. Now, obviously not all of you will want to fish on commercials, some of you don't like that idea of that. And for that, for anyone that fishes on canals, we've got 2 great mixes here. Now the beauty of these is on canals, you don't really want a fish meal mix because the fish aren't used to seeing it and it can be quite off-putting. You feed fish meal on canals and a lot of the time, the fish will just disappear out your peg. Now, if you're fishing for mainly roach, then the GO2 Naturals Dark Roach Super Blend is ideal. Really dark mix, and roach just love that sort of thing, especially on canals where they're not used to fish meal. If you're looking at catching a few bream with it as well, switch that over to Lake Super Blend. Again, a dark mix, slightly different, but just adds a little bit more attractiveness to other species. And last but not least, for you river lovers, there's one mix that I've picked out of it. If you're fishing for barbel and chub and using a little cage or a little method feeder or something like that, then I reckon milled betaine pellets is the one for you. Again, oozing flavour, that'll leak off the feeder, downstream, create a scent trail, in come the barbel or chub, personal best on its way. One of the great things about the whole range is how easy they are to mix. I'm going to whip the mix together now and show you how it can be done in a couple of minutes. So what we've got here is the feeder Super Blend. First thing, take the top off, nice and easy. There's 900 grams in this one. Dump the lot into there, secure the bag. Now with your water, I've got a 2-pint tub here of water, but don't put it all in at once. I find the best way, just a nice little and often job. You don't ruin your ground bait then. If you put too much in and make it a sloppy mess, that's a lot of money wasted and you don't want to do that. So the best way, just little and often, and just keep picking the dry stuff up from the bottom so you get it in your hands and keep mixing. And what you're aiming to get by the time you finish is a mix that is slightly wetter than you would want it, because you've got to remember this is going to dry out. So you don't want it on the dry side, ever so slightly on the wet side. So once you've got your mix as the consistency that you want it, grab an empty tub, deposit that lot into there, and what you're going to find at this point is it's all really lumpy. And you don't want that, because if you feed that, that's going to give a big food content to the fish and fill them up really quickly. So get a riddle, pop that on the top of the bucket, and then you're just going to get your mix, tip it all on top, just run your hands over it. You're going to get as much of that into there. In fact, you're going to get all of it into there. And this is just going to take out all them lumps and make it a nice fine mix. Now, that'll take me an age to do that. But you can shake it, put your fingers. But Blue Peter style, here's one I made earlier. And what you're looking for is that really fine mix. Look at that, there's just no lumps in that whatsoever. And the key to this is, if I pick that up now, gentle squeeze, look how that sticks together. So that'll make it into a ball to cup in. You can put that around a feeder, or if you want, as you can see, look how it breaks down again, you can cup it in loose like that. The versatility of these ground baits is brilliant. And look how easy it was to make up. So follow that sequence, put your ground bait to one side once you've riddled it, leave it for 15-20 minutes, and it's ready to get in and get all those fishies into your peg. No one around, I'm gonna let you in on a little trick, okay? Before you put your water into your ground bait, to give it a little edge, to give it more scent, to make it stand out from any other ground bait that other people are introducing, you can always put a dash of liquid into it. Now, the GO2 range, we've got classic corn bait sauce, we've got liquid red, we've got green betaine bait sauce. It's all about personal preference, trial and error. And all you'd simply do is get your water in your bait tub, pop that open, a few squirts in, mix it up, pour it in your ground bait. Nobody will ever know. Catch a load more fish. Keep that between me and you, eh? We've had a brilliant day at Whetstone Gorse today. We've caught some absolutely stunning fish on the method feeder. This lump being the pick of the bunch, probably 9, 10, 11 pound, absolute stunner. And they've all been on those ground baits. So give them a go and make them your go-to range this summer.